Hey guys, Shane here with Auto Wholesale Group. Hey, I was driving down the road and I was kind of thinking about something. I'm 37 years old and I've been self-employed for about the last, I'd say about 7 years really, since I was about 30 years old. And I have had a couple of different businesses. One very successful business as far as revenue, millions of dollars. I did find out I know how to grow business. I'm not so sure that I knew how to manage business at that time. A lot of money going through the account. Lived a pretty good life. But the one thing that I realized, and I think that we'll all kind of agree to, is at the early age of 15, 16 years old, I was working for an hourly rate and making good money, but I found out at an early age that I was an overachiever. And by overachiever, I mean that I worked very hard to satisfy my employer, which at the time was my father. So it kind of went hand in hand because, not only are you looking for the approval of knowing that you did a good job as for your employer, but also he's your father. So you don't want to do anything to make him upset. So it instilled a very strong work ethic in me at a very young age. As I got older, I didn't. My father and I didn't see eye to eye at a young age because let's face it, I was a young punk who knew more than he did and was ready to go out and show the world that I did. So basically went to work for other companies, different industries, and everywhere I went, what I was finding out is everybody put a value on what I was worth, whether it be $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $50,000 a year. And no matter what, I worked with that same work ethic, worked just as hard, overachieved, and come to find out that as the year would go by, all I would figure out, and just like so many of us have always said, well, I'm doing nothing but making somebody else rich. And there's truth in that. But, companies need employees to survive, and there's no doubt about that. And they need overachievers to do it. But one thing I have found out through my companies is that when I've brought other people in, it was very rare to find people with that same work ethic. So, what I found is that I am the hardest boss that I've ever had to work for, and that's what I want everybody to kind of understand when you're running your own business, that you have the capability of dictating what you're worth finally. Okay? Now, the thing is people say that owning your own business is the American dream, and it is, but so many people have this misconception that you can go out and start a business and all of a sudden the business just falls in your lap and you're making all this money and you're just going to hire people to run your business and make you rich. It doesn't work like that. You are your number one employee. And if you don't overachieve in that business, then the business is not going to succeed. Number one, if you want a real business for people to follow you, what's the old cliche? Lead by example. You have to show everybody that you're willing to work harder than they are, that you're willing to do anything that you would ask them to do, and that you know how to do what you're asking them to do. So with this little rant that I'm going on, that's basically what we're doing at Auto Wholesale Group, is we're looking for people not to work for us. We're looking for people to work with us that want to overachieve, that have ambition, that have a great work ethic, that are not looking for something to do with their leisure time to say that they own a business and sit on a couch and watch TV. It doesn't work. You're not going to succeed that way. Okay? What we're looking for is the guys who, no matter what, and I have free time. I'm driving down the road right now, free time. What am I doing? I'm working. Things come to my head. I'm constantly thinking about this business. for me with the car business, I mean, I'm on my way to Antioch here shortly. I've been on the road since 6:15 this morning. I was up last night searching Craigslist, searching Facebook for opportunity, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Your business doesn't sleep. We all need sleep, but you can't succeed, you can't get ahead in life if you're not willing to pay it forward. And this is the business that you can finally look at yourself and say, I know what I'm worth, and I'm going to tell myself that I'm willing to work harder. All these years that I've said that I want to make six figures, that I want to be a millionaire. This is an opportunity for you to look at yourself and finally say, I can be worth what I say I'm worth. But you got to prove it to yourself first.